And now we have this whole text, which, as I said, is a very small, silly story, okay? Here you might have felt overwhelmed. It's fine, it's normal, because it's like, oh my god, this is so long, no? Like, I almost don't know any Latin and I'm already like doing all of this. Don't worry, okay? So, because until now we were doing just like sentences, like isolated sentences. So now that we have a whole text, how to work with this? Because the process, the mechanics change a bit, but not so much actually, no? Because, I mean, pretty much, like every time that we find a period, so here, no? We have a period, so here, 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 and of course here, no? So every time that we find a period, we can do like this isolated, this isolated, this isolated, this isolated. Okay, so we have actually only 4 sentences, and we start with the first one. So we read it. Puellae, reginae, et nautae, tunicas, bacis, uvisque, maculant. So here we have the verb as usual, and we analyze it. Third person plural, present, indicative, active. Then this is the verb to stain. Oh, I'm eating a sandwich, I'm like, oh, ketchup, no? So stain, to stain. Okay, so I stain something with something, okay? So we can expect those complements. There's someone, subject, stains something, direct object with something, the adverbial of instrument. Okay, so we start genitive, dative, singular, singular, nominative, vocative, plural. The same here. We go super quick because we have been doing this already for some time, no? Nautae, again, smaller because otherwise everything won't fit. As. Dative, ablative, plural. Now, this que, we already know it. And here we have the same. So, we have a plural verb, so we need a nominative plural for the subject. And we have one here, we have one here, we have one here. So, it could be like a few of them. Okay, but in these cases, when it's not super clear, we just have to be testing. Okay, so for now, the girls stain. Okay, so far so good, but we still don't really know. Okay, but for now, let's assume that this is this. The girls stain, and now we have this direct object. The girls stain the robes, the tunics, the robes. So for now it makes sense. And now this verb doesn't need indirect object, so ablative. And ablative without preposition, it can be adverbial of instrument. So the girls stain the tunics with berries and grapes. Makes sense. And now what do we do with this? So vocative no, because no commas. Then nominative no, because we already said and we accept that this is the subject. Dative no, we already said that we don't need, we already said that we don't need an indirect object, so it can only be this, genitive, genitive. And now, be careful, because at first you might say like, okay, so this is complement noun, this is complement of the noun, this goes with this goes with this. No, because here the same way that this, which means and, is joining this et, which is and, also like in Latin there are a few ways to say and, okay? So this is also joining this. So it goes together, it works together. So it's only one line, one phrase. So, and here it could be actually both, depending on what makes more sense to you. Okay, so the gills of the queen and the sailor stain the tunics with berries and grapes. It could also be actually stain the tunics of the queen and the sailor. It could be both. Okay, so whatever you like the most. Then we continue. Cum lacrimis ancillae maculam monstrant. So here we have the verb, and the analysis is the same, so we are not going to do it again. Cum, we already know that is preposition ablative. Here is dative ablative plural. Ancillae is genitive dative singular or nominative vocative plural. Maculam accusative singular. Okay? So here we have monstrant. This is like show. So I show something to someone. No? I, subject, show something, direct object, to someone, indirect object. Okay. So, first thing is that at first, and be careful with this, because at first we might say like, the only thing, because this is plural, so we need a nominative plural for the subject. Here we have a nominative plural. So is this the subject? Not really, not really. How do we know this? Just with, the context, practice, etc. Okay? So if this is not the subject, what is the subject? The subject is puellae. The subject is the same. So if the subject is the same, in Latin we usually don't repeat. Okay? In English we have to repeat the subject all the time. In Latin, no. In Latin, if the subject is obvious, because it was already said, so we don't say it again. Okay, so the subject is still the girls. So we would say, they show. They show. We have to say this they in English, no? They show. Who is they? The girls. They show. What do they show? Direct object. Accusative. They show the stain. And now, we said that this is not the subject, no vocative because no commas. And here we show something to someone. Here, dative. Indirect object. So they show the stain to the servant, the female servant who is old. Okay? I don't know the exact word in English, but you know, the female servant who is old. The female slave who is old. Whatever, no? And then here we have preposition ablative, so it's quite clear that this goes like this. And we said that ablative with cum is company. And of course, we know that because this is tears, not tears. Well, company, tears, it's kind of weird, no? But okay, company, no? So they show the stain to the female slave who is old with tears. Okay, well, because they did something wrong. So they show it to the slave to see if the slave can do something about that. No? Then, Puellae, aquam, ancillae, apportant, verb, and it continues. Let's see. Et ancilla cum puellis maculam tunicae aqua purgat. So, here we said that we have one sentence, but we have two verbs. So what do we do here? So here is quite simple, okay? So because here we just have this et, which is kind of just like, it's joining, just like here, this is joining this with this. This et joins this sentence with this sentence. So actually, again, we could kind of like do this and do like one sentence here, one sentence here, no problem, okay? So, third person plural, present indicative active. And here we have genitive singular, dative singular, nominative plural, vocative plural, accusative singular, and genitive singular, dative singular, nominative plural, vocative, plural. So, again, this apportant, this means bring. So, how do we make a sentence with bring? Like, I bring something to someone, no? And that's exactly what we have here. No? So, I'm not going to be like super redundant because we have been doing this already for some time, no? So here, plural, so nominative plural, this is the subject. The girls bring water, dative. The girls bring water to the female slave who is old. And now we go here, purgat. Purgat means wash away, no? So I wash away the clothes with water, whatever, no? So those are the complements that we are going to expect. And here we analyze this first, actually. Third person singular, present, indicative, active. And we have nominative, vocative, ablative, singular, 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 preposition, ablative, dative, ablative, plural, accusative, singular, and here we have genitive, dative, singular, nominative, plural, vocative, plural. Things don't fit anymore. And here, nominative, vocative, ablative, vocative, singular, singular, singular. Okay, so here we have nominative singular, the verb is singular, so this totally looks like this is the subject. So the female slave who is old washes the stain of the tunic ablative, adverbial of instrument. So the female slave who is old washes the stain of the tunic with water with the girls, like company. This is company, no? Like they do it together. And the last sentence, Regina et nauta numquam sciunt. No? So here we have the verb, and here we have third person plural, present, indicative, active. And here we have nominative, vocative, ablative, singular, singular, singular. The same here. And numquam is just an adverb, so adverb doesn't change or anything. Even if it looks like it's accusative, it's just a coincidence, okay? So adverbs don't change, okay? So, careful here, because here we have a verb which is plural, but we don't have a nominative plural for the subject. We might think, okay, the subject is Puellae or ancilla cum puellis, no? All of them. No, okay? This is the subject, Regina et nauta. But we have singular, and this is plural. They should be all of them singular or all of them plural. So what happens here? Okay, so we know that it joins things, no? So this and this goes together, okay? Now, singular is like saying one. Singular is like saying one. And if we join, it's like saying this. So 1 plus 1 equals how much? 2. 2 is singular or plural? It's plural. So now, this plus this is plural. So now we have plural, a subject which is plural, with a verb which is plural, okay? Just like that. And this is an adverbial of time. So the queen and the sailor never know, okay? Okay, so that's this very little silly story. And well, I know that again, it might have been slightly overwhelming, but I hope that you enjoyed all of these practice. Of course, that you enjoyed learning the grammar. And that's it for now. Like this, all of this that we have done this far is only with the grammar that we have learned in the first module. Now, of course, the course has a lot of modules. There's a lot to learn. And we have to learn all the tenses. We have to learn the 5 declensions. We only know one, the first one, no? We have to learn a lot of things. So that's why I really hope that you liked what we have done this far and that you continue with me. It's not easy. It's not effortless. It takes time, effort, but you will enjoy if you have enjoyed so far. So remember, latinfromscratch.com.